A cordial greeting. Today is Monday, June 15, 2026. Meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 4 p.m. local time in the state of Texas, where heavy rain and flooding have been reported in association with a low-pressure system that has developed and strengthened over portions of northern Mexico. This is the low-pressure system that we are monitoring for the possibility of becoming the first cyclone of the Atlantic hurricane season, and this afternoon it was designated as Invest 90. In addition, the National Hurricane Center increased the probability of development to 40% just east and southeast of Texas. This means that there is a possibility that a tropical depression or tropical storm Arthur could form before making landfall somewhere between the city of Houston and southwestern Louisiana. And although at the moment the low-pressure system is not expected to strengthen much before crossing the area, a heavy rainfall and flooding event is anticipated that will affect eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, with rainfall totals between 6 and 12 inches, and some locations could receive more than 10 inches. Later, I will show you the latest projections for wind gusts and accumulated rainfall expected across the southern and southeastern United States. When we look at the visible satellite animation, we can clearly see the rotation associated with Invest 90. And what is interesting is that the low-pressure system has been strengthening over land, something that is atypical because these systems tend to strengthen over water. Now, as we discussed yesterday, on some occasions particular conditions occur that can allow low-pressure systems to strengthen. And since we now have a more defined low-pressure system, the chances of development have increased during the day today. If we switch the satellite animation to infrared, we can see that heavy rain and areas of significant convection continue to develop across southern Texas and northern Mexico. And the instability already extends into the state of Louisiana, and along this corridor a great deal of rainfall is expected during the next 48 to 72 hours, and by the middle and end of the week for the Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia region. Let's look at the latest projections from the global models. Let's begin with the American model. In this case, it shows a strong low-pressure system moving into the city of Houston around midday Wednesday and accompanied by wind gusts between 40 and 45 miles per hour, so we cannot rule out the formation of Tropical Storm Arthur. Of course, this will depend on whether the center is able to move over Gulf waters, because if it remains over land in eastern and southeastern Texas, the chances of development will be lower. The American model projects that once it moves inland, the system will weaken. We see the same thing in the European model projection. It also shows the system moving into or just south of the city of Houston during the afternoon hours on Wednesday, and accompanied by tropical storm force wind gusts between 35 and 45 miles per hour, affecting areas between Houston and southwestern Louisiana. And although the wind should not cause major problems, we are concerned about the rainfall totals. For example, the American model projects that coastal sections of Texas could receive an additional 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, and in the latest run it shows maximum totals of up to 15 inches near or over Houston. In fact, the heaviest rainfall along the Texas coast is projected between Tuesday and Thursday. Then between Thursday and Friday, as the low-pressure system moves across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, the American model projects widespread rainfall totals between 4 and 6 inches. And in some areas of southeastern Louisiana and southern Alabama and Mississippi, more than 8 inches could accumulate between Thursday and Friday. In the case of the European model projection, it also agrees with rainfall totals of more than 6 to 8 inches, and, in some locations, including the city of Houston, more than 15 inches. Beginning Thursday and Friday, it will move across portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. In this case, the American model projects rainfall totals between 4 and 5 inches from Mississippi into southern Alabama, while the European model shows totals for portions of central Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia between 6 and 8 inches, with some locations receiving more than 9 inches. This rainfall can definitely cause serious flooding problems. Specifically for Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, heavy rain is expected from Thursday through Saturday. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, we are also observing the potential for the low-pressure system to remain strong once it moves inland. In this case, the European model projects some tropical storm force wind gusts that could affect central Alabama and Georgia. So use caution due to the possibility of severe thunderstorms and strong winds, particularly during the day on Friday. We also have the projection from the United Kingdom model, which also projects some tropical storm force wind gusts affecting portions of central and southern Alabama and Georgia, as well as portions of southern and coastal South Carolina. Here at Hurricane Info, I will continue to monitor the situation closely and keep you informed of any updates in the forecast. And if you enjoy this content, I invite you to like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you can receive notifications whenever I record new videos. I hope everyone has an excellent afternoon. Until tomorrow with a new update, Goodbye.